Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for the Scraproom to share with you this layout created using the December flavors of month of the kit using PinkFresh Studio and the digital cut file. So this is an exclusive digital cut file. Every release there is a new cut file that is released for subscribers, and I have cut it in white, and I am going to create a stencil so that I can apply mixed media directly to the layout itself. So you can see I've got that framed foliage, and so from the cut file I want to back that with some distress mica stain. And so I have created a little template. I'm figuring out where everything is going to go so I can put that exactly where I want that digital cut file to go. Now there's one of two ways that you could have approached this. You could do it you could actually put this, I could have just sprayed mist and then cut it out in the shape of the template, but I wanted it directly on the page so that I had one less layer there. I was looking for a way to I was looking for some double-sided tape, to be honest, to try and stick that down, but I thought I really couldn't be bothered. And if I get a little bit of overflow, then I get a little bit of overflow, no big deal. So I'm going to set that aside to dry, and in the meantime, while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and back part of the cut file. So I have cut out from the same size, I just kind of erased around the edges of what I didn't want, and so I have love, and I am going to use my liquid adhesive here with my fine tip applicator. I absolutely love this. I think it works a whole lot better than the fine tip applicator from whatever those glue bottles that people are using and putting Scotch glue into. I think this is much finer and gives me a much better application, and is a great way to back digital cut files as well as put small elements down. So I only wanted love because it's love, and love is red, or of the Christmas colors. And so that is all I wanted. So I had the green tree, the red love, and then the rest is going to be tone on tone. So I will again get out my glue and my liquid glue and adhere that down. And I loved what I was trying to show you there was the shimmer of the micro spray. It adds a really fun glisten to the layout. So just putting liquid adhesive here in certain particular spots, usually the straight lines. I don't feel the need to get everything down, and you can see where I've got the solid pattern paper. It's much easier to just quickly go through that. I don't have to worry about overflow of the glue here, but because I have such a fine tip nozzle, it is so much easier to get that done and down. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that so that it overlaps perfectly over the tree there. It is straight, and I don't have to worry about pulling that up. That is one thing about liquid adhesive, is you have a very short window of it being quote-unquote repositionable. It's not really, but it can be for a brief period of time. So 2 photos of my family on Christmas morning. There isn't any journaling on the front of this, but on the back is some journaling. So these photos are, my son gave me a selfie stick for Christmas this year. And so this is me figuring out the selfie stick. So we have the mile-high selfie stick picture on the left, and then we have the, oh, look, we don't have to look up to the sky selfie stick picture on the right. So that was what that is. And the date, as you'll see, is from 2015. I've done a lot of my recent pictures, and clearly I don't have pictures from this Christmas just yet, so I am going back in time and getting some older stuff that I haven't done. So you can see here I have fussy cut from the pattern papers in the collection. I have fussy cut some ornaments as well as some more greenery, the more green-backed greenery. I had thought that I would use the greenery in amongst the edges, but I really liked them just kind of hanging as little sprigs off of the ornaments. So I have 3 clusters of ornaments. I will pop up one of each on double-sided foam, and then each of the ornaments will also get a sprig, more just to add to the look of the page. And I will not draw in strings. I thought that I would draw in strings to hang the ornaments off of, but the illusion of that is there, and I really didn't want the black lines hanging down and figuring out how I was going to have to do that. So we're going more with the illusion that they are indeed hanging, because they are. So that is why there are no strings that are hanging those ornaments. They're a figment of your imagination that are a part of your imagination. So I have, as you can see, there are a lot of embellishments from the collection. I wanted to really stick with the red and green and just a hint of yellow as a burst of color, but not incorporate too much yellow into it. And so you can see that I've got the yellow label that's sticking out from the side of the photo there. That is going to put the I will have the date and location in that. And then that's really, most of my embellishments are going to come from the embellishments that I used that I created myself from having fussy cut some patterned papers there. I do have a few things that you'll see off to the side on the right hand side of that layout there, and so those I am going to incorporate just for a little bit more pizzazz to the layout. Totally not necessary, but I like to, if I can use things, use them without having to feel like I'm filling the page too much. So I really liked this swag here, and I really liked it under peace, because it's almost like the tree, the joy, the love, and the peace are sitting on the mantle, and we are underneath the mantle, and it goes well with the tree that's in the background behind us. It works together. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those up on foam as well, just again for some layering and some texturing. I'm all about layering, but simple layering. I don't feel like I need to frame my photos with 6,000 pieces of paper. That's just not me. That's not the way that I scrapbook, but I do like simple layers that just give a little bit of visual eye candy, so to speak, to the page there. So I really like these little teeny tiny yellow stars that came in my particular embellishment collection. So remember, in the Scraproom kits, you're going to get 3 pattern papers as well as a selection of embellishments. So every kit is going to be a little bit different, because the embellishment collections are going to be divided. So these just happen to be the ones that I get. I also want you to remember that I am creating with the pattern paper add-on as well as the embellishment add-on. And these digital cut files, monthly, one released per month, are also subscriber exclusives. So yeah, that is pretty much me using the flavors of the month for December and the PinkFresh Studio collection. So the close-ups are to follow. If you have any questions about the subscriptions or my design process, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.